Captain America Brave New World has been out for a little while now, so it's finally time for me to give you my spoiler thoughts on this movie. Hello everybody, my name is Jesse and welcome to my channel. Captain America Brave New World is the MCU's newest film. About a week ago I gave you my non-spoiler review on this movie, and if you saw that you knew I was mostly negative on this film. And today I'm going to give you my spoiler thoughts, jumping into a few of the things in more detail on why this movie just did not work for me. I'm not going to go too into detail, and I'm not going to go into really every single aspect of this film. This is really just going to be mostly me ranting about the villains and the plot, because those are the main things that really bugged me about this film. So let's jump right into it. And the first thing that I want to dive into is the leader, Samuel Sterns, returning, and kind of just the overall plot of this film. And so basically the one villain that wasn't revealed in any of the trailers or anything like that, and is really revealed to be kind of the main villain of this film, is Samuel Sterns, the leader, returning from The Incredible Hulk. And I think it's an interesting idea to bring that character back and have him be kind of the big bad. But the problem with it is the Incredible Hulk was almost 20 years ago now. Back in 2008, it was only the second MCU movie ever. And so having to wait this long to bring him back and finally sort of pay off what they teased at the end of that movie, I think it just doesn't have the impact that they were going for, because it's just too little, too late. And really, kind of what perfectly shows this, one of my friends that I went and saw the movie with, as soon as he showed up on screen, my friend turns to me and goes, "Wait a minute, who is that?" And so I think that just perfectly shows how little impact this kind of had on the film. And maybe there were some people out there that liked him, but for me it just really didn't work. Like I said, it's just too little, too late, and I don't think they executed him as well as they maybe could have. I also just don't think he looks good. The design of him is really weird. The CGI or practical effects, whatever they use, just don't look that good, and it can be kind of distracting at times. And the other thing that really bugged me about this film was the way that they portrayed Red Hulk and kind of that final battle at the end. And to a certain extent, I think this was partly the marketing's fault and partly kind of my fault and what my expectations of the movie going into it. I think if I had my expectations a little lower, I wouldn't have been as disappointed. But Red Hulk was pretty heavily marketed in all the trailers and the posters, and I just think they spend all this time, the entire movie, leading up to it, and you're kind of waiting for the big payoff, for that one scene to come. And Sam and Red Hulk have one 5-minute battle, and then it's all ended with Sam giving the cliche hero speech of, "You don't want to do this, you don't have to do this, think about your daughter." And there was no stakes to feel. And I just don't think there was enough action with it. There wasn't enough at stake, and it just didn't feel as epic as it was meant to and as I wanted it to. I think if this had been more of kind of a middle of the movie thing, where the leader uses him as a distraction for something else going on, and Sam has to stop him, and then maybe him and Ross team up for the rest of the movie, I think maybe that could have worked a little bit better. But the fact that they set it up for a final battle climax, it was just really disappointing and too little of what I wanted. One other thing that I'll talk about is the post-credit scene, and I think it was the post-credit scene of this movie. Samuel Sterns turns himself in, so he's now in the raft along with Harrison Ford's Thaddeus Ross. He turned himself in as well. And so the post-credit scene is Sam talking to the leader, Samuel Stearns, and it was basically just kind of a lazy way of setting up the multiverse and hinting at what we've already known for a really long time, at what's to come. And I think it was really kind of a letdown. It didn't build to anything massive. It was just kind of a couple lines of, hey, did you know there are other worlds out there with other people, and watch out because they're coming. We don't know when and we don't know what's going to happen, but they're there. And so I think it was really lackluster, and they could have done a lot more, like maybe hint at one of the upcoming Avengers movies, which hopefully they'll do in one of the other MCU movies later this year. So that was just also kind of one final letdown of this film that I didn't enjoy. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm not going to go too into detail. This was kind of just an excuse to get all that off my chest. And really, it's been a week since I've seen the movie now, and I've forgotten kind of a big portion of this movie. This is definitely one of the more forgettable MCU movies, and one that I'm not going to go back to a lot. So what do you think of this film? Let me know down in the comments below. Stay tuned for the rest of lots of other videos coming soon on my channel. And until then, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching movies.